Hello, friends. I am absolutely sure you have already morning coffee or your other drink. And I'm going to suspect most of us are the coffee drinkers, actually. And true coffee drinkers love excellent coffee rituals. I hope you agree. What makes it excellent coffee? Some would argue it is skillful and caring barista. Somebody would argue this is a top-class coffee beans, perfect coffee machine, the right type of sugar and amount, excellent water in order to, do the mix and match of all of this, perfect blend of milk, your beloved coffee cup that you drink your coffee from, or maybe this is appropriate environment to enjoy the coffee. So some of us attribute the excellence of finished product or service, excellence to the product or service. Some would argue excellence is state of mind, not the result. Some would argue it's attitude over the skill. I'm here today to tell you about Printify engineering story of excellence. Let me show you how we do this. So, topic for today is engineering a team of excellence at Printify. When I think about excellence in engineering, several things come to my mind. Sports team is the first that come to my mind, and especially technical sports team involving a lot of engineering. Take a look at top class F1 sports team. This is for me, it is the best embodiment of the product, service, process excellence combined under one unified goal: to win together. This, when you watch it on a TV, you could see the formulas are spinning round and round. Occasionally, the guys go into the pit stop, and you could see all the part of the team that jumps out and actually perform each of their perfect action in order to achieve the result. I remember even myself that I watched it many years ago. So the pit stops were taking up to, 10, 12 seconds. Now they are doing it in 2 seconds. So over the years, the guys and the teams have mastered every single move in order to cut off the time and to achieve the better results together. Each engineer has its own role, purpose, skill, and each of them being excellent in what they do, only together they could achieve truly excellent outcome. I hope you would agree. Let's bring up analogy with the software development that we do as a Printify. Imagine the formula when you watch a TV, it just spins around and you occasionally see the formula, occasionally you see the pit stop, but you don't see the rest of the team. You don't see how much effort it is to make it happen. And this formula itself, it is like Printify's on-demand print platform that we actually allow and present to our clients. And this is where they interact with, this is where they see our embodiment of our excellence. And but there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes. So this is the whole team of F1 Ferrari team, that there is more than 200 people to actually make it happen, to make them to the excellent level of where they are. What makes one team to succeed over another? You may argue, and we can discuss it for days about this. It is actually everything. It's people, skills, funding, ways of working, training, state of mind, motivation, engineering, eventually good luck and good weather. Engineering team of excellence at Printify means our teams must truly be effective and efficient in short and a long run. Let me tell you what I mean by this. To be effective in short run means we must fulfill our purpose. Our purpose as a Printify is to tirelessly satisfy our customer needs, and we are here for them. To be efficient in a short run, we have to routinize and systematize our processes not to get exhausted too early, like in a formula. So the guys are changing the tires very quickly, very fast. So that's exactly what we need to do, systematize and routinize our movements. To be effective in long run, we must be entrepreneuring and be able to and willing to take risks, because we have to visualize the future needs of our clients and our customers. And in order to be efficient in the long run, we must integrate the company together so that all the parts of the company work efficiently together. I don't know whether you see my hand, but you can look at your own hand. What makes a hand is actually the hand that thinks like a hand. And this is the long-term efficiency that we think of. Take a look. There's every single finger. It works with a thumb. And even if you would lose one or two fingers, the rest of the fingers would come together and still make a hand. And this is what makes the Printify as well in the long term efficient, because we are integrating the company together so that we are able to back up every single one of the functions in order to achieve the result we're looking for. We are obsessed with satisfying the customer needs. We believe that practice makes us perfect, so that we systematize and routinize. We believe we hire the best talent and we learn from the best. We believe in ourselves, we work really hard, we never give up, and we win together. That's what we do at Printify, and this is what we believe in. Let me show you something that I have prepared for that from technological perspective, as we are a technological company. I want to show you what kind of things we are actually doing here. Take a look. Printify Technological Radar. These are our platforms. I know they're a little small, but you can still see it, right? We are fully on AWS. We're running Kubernetes, Jenkins, GitHub, Prometheus, all of these things that we have very nicely adopted, and we're using it. We are trialing Postgres, Kafka, Segment, and other products. We are thinking and assessing other things where we need in order to predict our customer needs and be ready for them. For tooling, this is where we are. We have adopted and using these kind of things, and we are trialing Sentry. We are assessing Chaos Monkey and thinking how to integrate in our systems, and we are holding back on a couple of more really nice new technologies. Language-wise, this is what we are using. Everything we have for the PHP, we have even Scala, we have Python, JavaScript, a lot of TypeScript and Angular. So these are the skill sets that we are hiring. If you come to work for us, you have to be really, really senior, skilled in these technologies. And then we give you the opportunity to participate and see how we could together move even technological frontiers further to support the needs of the further expansion of the Printify. So like even Golang, Babylon, we are putting Laravel and Backbone on a backseat at the moment. Techniques, we are very modern. We are running in production A/B testing. We have the daily canary deployments, tens of times a day. We are writing infrastructure as a code with security policies as a code. We are like ETL code as a code. We are able to generate. We are trialing on the things, how to refactor, how to get the microservices in, how to get event sourcing into our systems and asynchronity. So that's who we are. That's what we are offering to all the guys who are interested to come and join a true product company that is a marketplace, growing 3 times a year, having enormous challenges. And we need, for these enormous challenges, the excellent engineers. And you will be surprised to see that if we care about the customers so passionately about their satisfaction and their happiness, why wouldn't we care about the code quality and the architecture patterns and the ways of working to have the hygiene as well in tech? That's why we hire the best guys to be best at everything. And I want to show you and want to finish off with one very small and interesting, peculiar thing that happened this year. So this is a very small, I would read it up for you. This is meant only for the engineers. So imagine, product person writes to his own team. Today is the John's first day at Printify. John is a software engineer. He has received his laptop and is really wants to start exploring and doing stuff. In order to do, he has to set up his development environment. As a part of his onboarding, John has received orientation and onboarding checklist. There he finds a link, URL, to development environment documentation. John skims through and finds a command that he has to copy paste in a terminal in order to allow everything to be set up. So he does that, message pops up stating that it will take about 15 to 20 minutes. John likes the cookies, so he decides to grab some from the kitchen. By the time he gets back, setup is complete. John eats cookies and starts exploring and doing the stuff. So engineer asks, like, what the heck is this? Sounds too good to be true. What is this? And the product person says, hey, that's what we want. That's our user journey as a story. And it's a challenge for environment setup. Engineer is kind of like curious. 15, 20 minutes? Are you kidding me? Is Printify giving out new Macs? Or for me, it took only 20 minutes to run node packages on my Printify app. So actually, this is the problem to solve. But jokes aside, it's possible. So we are throwing big challenges to the engineers, not the solutions. And this is exactly how we want it to be. So that engineers are here to solve the challenges and propose the solutions. And product people are here to define the problems and challenges and allow them to be organized and allow the team to actually solve them. This is why we are here, and this is what we are offering. I hope the engineers would understood what I was talking about, because we are really interested in you, and super happy to present as well my team to you that will be talking and seeing how actually it is to work within the Printify. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Edgars, for giving us an insight on how Printify is building a team of excellence. Now, a management point of view is great, but I think we should hear also the employee perspective. So now it is time for a Q&A with the Printify team. The Q&A will be hosted by Hodhaifa Khadraoui. He's the interim head of recruitment at Printify, and his job is not an easy one. Last year, the team grew from 100 to 300 people and is expected to double again this year. So he definitely has his hands full. But luckily today, for the next 20 minutes, he has to deal only with 3 of the Printify employees. So joining him for the Q&A will be Anton Shapka, Alisa Karpovich, and Maxim Koval. Hodhaifa, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And just to build on what they have said before and what Edgar said before, as you know, it is vital for us to hire the best people to deliver the best for Printify. And this is an example of the best people in Printify. So, hey guys, I would like to ask you to maybe introduce yourself and tell what you do at Printify and how long have you been working at Printify.
Hello. Yeah, I guess I could start first. So my name is Anton Shapka. I'm from Kyiv, Ukraine, and originally from Kharkiv, a city in eastern Ukraine. And at Printify, I'm a payments product manager for already 9 months, 80% of which I've been working remotely. And currently I'm in Riga.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Alisa, and I'm also a product manager here in Printify. I'm from Belarus, and I actually moved to Riga 1 year ago, right after I joined Printify. So it's been a little more than a year since I work here in Printify.
Yeah, hello, I'm Maxim. I'm from Ukraine, Kyiv. I'm currently working remotely at Printify. I'm a software engineer, and I have been working here like for 4 months.
Okay. So for Alisa and Anton, as someone from Belarus and from Ukraine, were you interested originally in finding a job abroad, or Printify made the case for you and made you like move to Latvia?
Okay, I could take that as well. So To be honest, no, I never thought about working abroad or moving somewhere until actually Printify kind of found me, and I was initially interested because of actually people working here, because of the the format in which company presented itself, and by that I mean actually people who were interviewing me. And if it wasn't for the people who were interviewing me, I wouldn't probably even think about relocating. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Alisa?
Yeah, actually, my story is quite similar to what Anton just shared. I wasn't looking for a job abroad, and I was like going through two hiring processes in parallel, and I was also in the process of hiring to a Belarusian, also very famous and very successful company. So it was quite a hard choice for me because I wasn't considering relocation, and basically, yeah, like the people and the process of hiring is something that helped me to make this final choice.
Okay. And now you have both of you made the final choice. Like, what was your perception of Latvia before moving here, and has it changed now that you have lived in here like for a few months?
So yeah, let me take this one first as well. I can tell you that due to these COVID restrictions, I haven't seen much yet of Latvia, and to be honest, I wasn't really thinking about Baltics. I knew it was there, of course. Latvia is a part of the Baltics region, but to be honest, I never heard of like major companies or some popular tech companies from Latvia until actually I met Printify people. Yes, so my perception of Latvia definitely changed. I know that Latvia can attract super smart and super courageous people, and yeah, I just love to be a part of that.
Okay.
Yeah, in my case, I didn't have any expectations, about the country. I just fell in love with the product, and I really wanted to join the company and the team, but I didn't have any expectations from the country. And I would say that it's like, to me, looking backwards, I think it's kind of a secret, a secret to actually success and having a great experience, because when you don't have any expectations or lower expectations, then you just feel happy about what is happening to you, because I moved here a little bit before COVID started, so I had a chance to actually live the real life here in Latvia. And I also really enjoyed the nature of Latvia, and I had a chance to travel around the country, and the country is quite small, but still there are so many really nice places here. So I'd say that, yeah, I'm just enjoying it so far. And the main secret is just not having any expectations.
Okay. So you see, Anton, Latvia is pretty. After the pandemic, you can get to see it,
Yes, I've heard about it. Yes.
Max, you are working remotely for Printify from Ukraine. I want to ask you about your experience so far. Have you ever worked remotely for a company that is based abroad, and how is it so far? Do you feel connected or isolated? So maybe you can tell us about your experience so far.
Yeah, like before, I even didn't imagine about the remote work because I don't know, most companies in Ukraine are working through the office. But when these COVID stuff are in place, many IT companies were taking people to remote, and most of us are going to the home workplace. So I started last year from March, I think, to working remotely. And when I'm going to the Printify, I'm thinking if it's fine before, so also it should work now in Printify. So on the start, it will like feels a little bit disconnected from the team because you only came into meeting and talking with people only by the video, and you didn't know this personally, this person that you are talking, and this was a little bit like stressful in the start, but we have team buildings in the team. So after this much closer with this person, something about it, you feel more connected, and it's not the problem, I think, after some time. So in general, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable now, and I like my team also. It is very funny, and we know each together more.
Okay. Actually, right now, because of the pandemic, we are all, to some extent, working remotely. So, yeah, my question is for all of you, like having people working from different countries, some are remote, some are like from the office here in Riga or like from Tallinn. Do you believe this is a strength that Printify gives the freedom to people to work in this setup, or it's a weakness that we are spread across different countries and continents? So maybe you can start with you, Anton. What do you think?
All right. So answering your question is definitely a strength because currently the world is so globalized, and it would be, I wouldn't say like stupid, but not smart enough to limit yourself to the people that you are that are available physically to you, to your office, and obviously the world is going to be fully remote, I think. Currently, of course, you cannot avoid being in some connection with other departments, and obviously you have to meet with people sometimes, and nothing limits you from traveling to Printify office if you're working remotely. As a tourist, for example, it's just like to meet with people personally if you wish. If you feel comfortable working remotely, I think it's totally fine. As long as it works for the team, for the person that works remotely. Because I can relate to that. I actually worked remotely as well from Kiev for about 7 months. And I can tell you that I didn't feel much difference when I moved here, because still our team is working 80% remotely now because of current COVID restrictions, and it's totally fine. I don't think it's being working remotely is definitely a strength. Yeah.
Okay. Before we move to Alice, I just want to remind everyone that you can actually submit your questions on Slido, and we can to any one of us, and we can answer them. Yeah. So Alice, the same question for you. What do you think?
Yeah, actually, when I just joined, which was more than a year ago, like relocation to Riga was kind of a requirement, and everyone worked from the office. And actually, I can't say that I didn't like it. I really liked, having time together with my team and with people. But we are growing really fast, and I think not given an opportunity to work remotely and work from other countries is just a kind of a disadvantage, because we are basically losing potential talent. Because, for example, at the moment in our team, we have 2 people who work from Ukraine. And most likely, if we were not be ready to hire remotely, we won't have these people, and they are amazing. And of course, I think that it's just the companies who, I think maybe after pandemic started, many companies reconsidered their hiring approach, but it's just not really wise, not given an opportunity to work remotely and work from other countries. So yeah, I think it's actually really an advantage for us to hire a talent, and our hiring opportunities are really growing with this possibility to work remotely.
Okay, thank
And
you.
also, we also now, I actually haven't seen my team, I think, since October, although 80% of our team is in Latvia, but I think in this sense, considering that the team is not everyone in our team are in Latvia, having this remote setup is giving everyone equal opportunities, because otherwise, you know, part of the team will be working from Riga, from the office, and you know, some other people will be working remotely. So having actually this remote working experience is giving everyone equal chance, you know, to be present and kind of communicate equally with everyone.
Okay, thank you. And what about you, Max? What do you think?
Yeah, for me, besides of this opportunity to grow more faster, that you allowing the remote people to work in your company, and you can bring more people in some smaller time. But besides of that, I really like to work in like multicultural company, to have experience, to share my experience and to get the other experience from the other countries, and I love to hear about some traveling, some advices, how it's to live in Latvia or other countries, and that's really cool for me.
Okay, thank you. So just to build on Alisa, what she said, like the best talents are everywhere, and I think it's a little bit arrogant to think they are all in one place. So it's great feature for Printify to have this opportunity. But from your perspective, what do you think it is the unique thing about Printify beside this possibility to work remote?
I could take this one.
Yeah.
So unique about Printify, I think it's the people and the spirit those people give you. And people, I mean employees. To be honest, I never felt so inspired working in the company before Printify. And it's mainly because you have so many great people just, you know, constantly moving forward, learning, challenging your ideas, and you grow together. And this is what inspires me personally. And I think once again, what's unique about Printify is that Printify managed somehow to attract the best talent, from all around the world, actually. Yeah.
Okay, Alisa.
Yeah, I would also was thinking about this, and I think that Printify culture is a unique thing, and I wouldn't be lying if I would say that like everyone in Printify is really passionate about what they are doing. And that we are trying, you know, to hire people who have the passion to what they're towards what they're doing, and you know, we have this hiring philosophy, and one of the points is that we hire for potential, not experience. And Edgars was saying a lot that we are like hiring best of the best and excellent people, excellent engineers. But I think that excellence for us is not measured in the years of experience that you have, but it's measured in your readiness to learn new things, to be, you know, in the level of your ambition and in the level of the readiness to take a challenge, because our product is growing really fast and it requires people to march to the same drummer. And this actually requires all the people to have more or less the same training and also to share the same principles. So we are really trying just to find people who share the same values, and this, you know, helps us to be efficient and to kind of go into the same direction and work together really efficiently. So culture is really a unique thing in Printify, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you. What do you think, Max?
Yeah, for me, like unique in Printify, it's of course the product, because it's not something dumb stuff like, you know, something like casino or some web store or something like that. The marketplace is cool, and the mission of this marketplace is really awesome. From the hiring process, I really like it, the product that I will be develop in the next, I don't know, years. And also, yeah, I like the culture of the company, this opportunity to learn and grow, and also really like that all the people in this Printify are supportive. That every people would like to support you if you have some problems, and you can jump to, I don't know, even to Edgars and say, I have some problems, and it will help you. She didn't kick out you and say, it's not my problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
culture and supportive in the company, it's really cool. So
Okay.
it's nice start for me.
Okay, thank you. Just to build a little bit on what Alisa said, so we are looking for people with great potential. So from your perspective, all of you, who do you think are the people that will make it in Printify, and what does it take to be successful at Printify?
All right, let me take this one also. So the people who will survive in Printify are those who actually will keep growing with Printify, because as Alisa mentioned, Printify is growing very rapidly, and this is something that is required from every employee. And yeah, I think this is the main reason that someone might not feel comfortable in the company if they do not move fast enough and with the same velocity as the company does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with Anton. And I also think that it's really important to be a team player and also to be, humble enough and not put yourself over your team and over others, because we are building a very complex product, and you just really need to work together efficiently and solving problems together with the team. So I think this is very important to be a team player to succeed in Printify.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with Lisa that team working is most valuable stuff that you need, because the company is growing, the teams is growing, and you need to communicate with other teams to build a nice product. And you don't need to be an ignorant person that you thinking that you are super cool professional and every else is not knowing that he was doing. So yeah, team player is the most valuable for the person who want to join the Printify.
Okay, thank you. So just I want to ask you, Alisa and Anton, let's say I'm interested in Printify. I live in a different country, but I also want to come to Latvia. So maybe you can tell me about the reallocation process and how was it for you, and how did Printify play a role in it? I think it was a little bit hectic with the pandemic, but maybe you can, yeah, elaborate a bit on it.
Yeah, let me describe the process a bit as for me. So I actually wanted to relocate basically from the day one, and it was in summer of 2020. And then we started, trying to get the tickets, and with all of these restrictions, both on the Ukrainian side and Latvian side, we managed to get all the needed documents like visa, actually. So currently tourists cannot travel to Latvia. Visa and the proper flight ticket only in March. Yeah, like a month, a bit more than a month ago. So this was like the technical part, and regarding the whole process, it was, to be honest, it was almost seamless for me. So I needed only to go to file to get my visa, file some documents there. But the main part has been done by Printify, actually. Legal advisor and separate manager who actually takes over your case, if I may say so. So for me, it wasn't really, an issue. It was like a few travels in Kiev to the embassy, or yeah, well, let's call it embassy, because currently even the embassy does not allow you to go there. They actually work through a third party. But yeah, anyway, I filed some documents there, but that was mainly it. So when I came to to Latvia, I was so Printify actually kind of made my stay comfortable. So they booked the manager booked a place for me to stay for this quarantine time, 10 days time, and then they actually we agreed that we could extend this period up to a month until I actually found a place to rent by myself already. So currently I'm still in the progress with the PMLP office, and this step is something that every relocated person will have to
go through.
Will have to have, and they will have to go to PMLP office to file for to file the documents for the residence permit and everything. But overall, the process is, as I mentioned, and I said again, it's almost seamless for me.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about you, Alisa?
Definitely
Yeah.
could recommend.
You were like pre-pandemic experience, so maybe you can tell us more.
Yeah. Actually, as a person who lives in Belarus, I really got used to different kind of paperwork when it comes to traveling somewhere, because we need visas to travel to almost anywhere in the world. But in this case, in case of my relocation, Printify made it really easy for me, so I didn't actually need to do what I was like previously doing when I actually also had an experience of living abroad in the UK a couple years ago, studying there. So back then I had to do everything by my own, and in case of Printify, I kind of even before I joined, I already felt like companies taking care of me and everything that was related to my relocation. So yeah, like documents, travel arrangements, and also the apartment was rented for the first month. So I honestly didn't do almost any preparation before I relocated. So I just came and I had took my time to find an apartment that I like, and also comparing, for example, to Minsk, because I was renting different apartments in Minsk in the last 10 years, I'd say that rental market in Riga is quite good. You can find, a decent place for a reasonable price, and a very good quality. So I was actually positively surprised that it was quite easy and I found it very fast. So yeah, it was really smooth and seamless process for me as well.
Okay, that's great. We have few questions on slide. We will go through them very quickly because we are running out of time. So the first one, if we are not talking about remote work during COVID, does Printify offer a chance to work while on holiday in different country? Yes, because we are moving to remote first company, so you can work from anywhere in the world. For some teams, you need to have overlap with the team, 5 hours a day, so you can work from anywhere during COVID or after COVID. The second question or statement, you guys sound amazing. Would love to join you on the way to reach the unicorn. Please do so. Apply. We have a lot of jobs open and we'd be happy to have you. Is it possible to work at Printify while studying full-time in university? Also, yes, we have a lot of people from our team are students. We have also flexible working hours, so it depends on your schedule if you have evening classes or not, but yes, it is possible. And what is the youngest age at your company? I think it is 18, I would say. So, yeah. That's it for today. So thank you so much, guys, for taking the time, and thank you everyone for listening. And I hope you know a little bit about Printify, and welcome to apply and to join us. So yeah, thank you.